Hey everyone, my name is Heather Lewis. Thank you for being on It Works Ambassador and Training Call tonight. I am going to be having help from Jenny Glover and Susan tonight because I am a passenger in a vehicle right now. But tonight's call is about planning and doing the work. So there's going to be some specific things that I already put out on the page. Hopefully you guys have your calendars printed out that I put up. You have your 20 points printed out. You have your hundreds list printed out, and like a daily task, something on that line. We're going to get very specific. This is going to be more like a workshop. This is going to be me giving you a few ideas, and I want you to fill in the blanks. Please remember, I don't know your family, your friends, and your warm market, so I can't help you fill in those. However, I want you to pick specific days for the following things that I'm going to give you, okay? Are you guys all on board? You following so far, Jenny?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So the first thing I want you to get out is your calendar. Everybody pull out your calendar, your October calendar. Okay. The very first thing that I want you to do is to mark away all of your family time, whether that's football games, cheerleading, whatever, any school activities your kids have, any appointments, doctor's appointments, anything that you have going on. Mark those down, okay? After you do that, I want you to pick out, there's going to be 4 different parties that you are going to plan throughout the month of October. Now, granted, we're halfway through the month of October, but this call was supposed to be for the beginning of October. So just use it into November also. So every week, you're going to plan a specific party that you are going to host, and you are going to invite your own specific people, okay? So look at your calendar, and I want you to pick out your very first party, and I want your first party to be a wine and facial party at your house. So look at the calendar, pick your day, write it down. Okay, so now that you have that one done, I want you to pick a morning day, and this is going to be for a coffee and facial party, okay? And this is going to also be at your house. So a different week from the first one, so go ahead and write down coffee and facial morning party. Now, when you're thinking about this one, if you think about days that you really don't have too much going on, maybe it's Saturday. I wouldn't do Sunday because a lot of people go to church. Maybe it's Saturday. And if it is Saturday that you plan on having these parties, understand that once people start realizing that you're doing this every week, your crowd is going to grow more and more, and you're going to start having more and more fun. So now that you wrote down your coffee and facial party, we're going to go on to the next one. You're going to pick one day to have an open house. So go ahead and pick that day. Now, your next party is going to be different because this is October, so it is Halloween. Now, I want you to write down a Halloween wrap party at your house. Okay, so now you have 4 weeks of parties scheduled. You don't know who's coming yet, but you have them on the books, all right? Now, this one, I want you to put it in a different color, highlight it differently, whatever. But I want you to write down an opportunity party. An opportunity party at your house. Pick a day, any day. Now that you have those parties written down, you don't have to wait for other people to say, oh, that date doesn't work for me. Okay, so you're not going to post this on Facebook and say that you're having a wine and facial party and everybody's invited, because that is not the case. Everybody is not invited. you are going to work from your hundreds list, and you are going to pull the people that you would like to have at that party, okay? So perhaps maybe they're people that you met before. They were maybe interested in doing the wraps. They just haven't had time. Now is the time to get them scheduled into one of your parties. So you're going to either handwrite an invitation and send it to them in the mail, or you're going to pick up the telephone and you're going to call them, okay? You're going to invite them specifically to this party. Because if you just randomly throw out, hey, I'm having a wine and facial party at my house, anybody wants to come on by, number one, you just took, like, the personal part of it away, okay? Everybody wants to feel like they're invited specifically from you, okay? So keep that in mind. So basically at the beginning of the month, you are going to want to have your hundreds list done. And Susan, are you off mute?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please read through the 20 points file that we have on our page?
Yep. Let me find it real quick. Okay.
Heather, while we're waiting real quick, can you just say the 4 parties again, please?
The 4 parties, you're going to have a wine and facial party.
Okay.
You're going to have a coffee and facial party. You're going to have an open house. You're going to have a wrap party. And you're also going to have an opportunity party.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, there is a file that's called Memory Jogger. When you are doing your hundreds list, you pull out that Memory Jogger and you fill in the blanks to your hundreds list. Who's your chiropractor? Who's your doctor? Who's your daughter's teacher? Who's your son's teacher? Who's the principal? Who's this? Who's that? Fill in the blanks. I do not know your people, but you need to fill in the blanks with these people. This is just like a starter guide. Susan, do you have those up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, the reason she's going to read these is because I am very aware that we put files up and people don't even open them. They act like it's not there or that nobody has told them about it and so forth. So this way I know that you guys know that this is up there. So Susan, go ahead and read the 20 points.
Okay, every action has a point value, and we're striving for 20 points a week, correct?
Correct.
Or 20 points a day? 20
Yes.
points a day. Okay. A cold call to someone is 1 point. So one says cold call telephone and one says cold call in person. Do you want to explain the difference in those?
If you want to, you can.
I cold call in person, is that like walking into a salon or what? I don't know.
Yeah, but cold call in person means that anybody that you are not physically picking up the phone, like if I go into the gas station and, that's like a cold person that I don't know.
Okay. All right, so cold call on the telephone is 1 point. Cold call in person is 5 points. An email follow-up is half of a point. A phone call follow-up is 2 points. Closing on a customer or signing an LC is 5 points. Sign a distributor and they have their auto ship set up is 10 points. Booked a party or launched someone is 5 points. Your new DT completed the 4 steps is 10 points. Listen to a corporate call is 3 points. Posted on Facebook is half of a point. Received a qualified lead, 2 points. 3-way call with team or prospect is 2 points. Trained a new team member, 2 points. Participated in a webinar, 3 points. Posted to LTDT forum, 1 point. Personal development, 3 points. Exercise 20 plus minutes a day, 2 points. Ate fit all day, 5 points. Put the wrap on someone, 5 points.
Very nice. And you can find that list in our file section under 20 points.
Okay. Heather,
Yeah.
that LTBT is, I don't believe, active anymore.
Right, it's not. You're right.
So go ahead and discard that one and just work off the rest of the list. You have
Did
that
we
going.
notice, did you guys notice how posting on Facebook is only a half a point?
Yeah.
And now what I want you guys to think about is this, is that the majority of people feel as if they can run their entire business off of just posting a post on Facebook. It's not going to work that way. You have to physically get out and do the work. All of those different things that Susan just read through are different things that you should be doing every single day in your business. Schedule the time to do it and just do it. Now, what I like to do, go ahead.
About the 20 points, I have people messaging me saying that the 20 points isn't opening up for them. I'll try to put it back on there in just a few minutes. So just go ahead and just remember what she's saying. Try to take notes if you can, and we'll get that up as soon as we can.
Okay. What I like to do at the last few days of any month is I think about my next month. I think about the people that are actually on the fence that have told me that they want to become distributors or that they want to become loyal customers or that they want to try a product that I just physically haven't been able to make contact with because of either their schedule, my schedule, whatever. So those people, I want to definitely roll them over into my next month, okay? You need to have a list, which should be different than your hundreds list, okay? Because your hundreds list is like a list of people that, you should be in contact with. However, this list of people is very important because they've already showed interest to you. You've already had contact with them. Now, I know, like a place that I used to work at, we had to call a certain amount of people every single day, make a certain amount of contacts every single day, make a certain amount of sales every single day. And you couldn't stop that process until you were actually done with all 3 steps, okay? So let's say that it was that I needed to call 50 people a day and literally talk to 10 people but have 3 sales. Now, if I didn't have contact with 10 people, then I would still need to make calls. If I didn't have the sales done, then I would still need to be making calls. You had to line it up all 3 ways. Now, they had a list of the people's names, and I suggest that the people that you need to be following up with, that should be your list. Those people, and then have like a few solid lines underneath them. Take different color markers. I don't care what color markers that you have. There is none set in stone, but just know for your filing purposes, like maybe yellow highlighted means that I left a message. Maybe pink means, nobody answered and I didn't leave a message. Maybe blue means that, I got in contact with them. But you need to set up for yourself some kind of filing system so that you can follow what people are telling you. So if you have somebody that says, you know what, I would really love to be a distributor. I think it would be really great at this, but right now it's really not a good time for me. My son is in football, my daughter's in cheerleading, everything is so busy, but maybe in March. You better be breaking out your calendar and pick a day in March, and you better call her, okay? That's part of follow-up. It doesn't matter if follow-up is a week, 2 weeks, a month, or a year. It is follow-up. So you'll obviously forget, but because you have it written down in your calendar, when you pull out that day of the task that you're supposed to be doing, you also want to put a note in there. Like, I talked to Samantha back in October. She said that her son and her daughter were in cheerleading. She was too busy. She wanted, to get with me in March. So this is my follow-up. You always want to have notes because you don't want to just call somebody and be like, yeah, I have you that I'm supposed to call, and yeah, I don't really remember why. Okay? So make sure that you take notes with your follow-up. notes that you will remember, not that I will remember, that Jenny or anybody else will, or how anybody else is telling you to do it, but notes in the way that you will remember. Now, like in my telephone, I have a bunch of contacts stored, okay? But every single person in my phone that has anything to do with It Works is stored under IW, okay? At least IW, and then their name. Now, if it's a customer of mine, it's IWC, so It Works customer, and then their name. And now if it's a potential customer, IWPC, It Works potential customer. Same thing for distributor. IW potential distributor, right? You just do it over and over and over. So then as you're flipping through your phone, and maybe you haven't talked to that person in a really long time, but at least you know that, okay, this person was a potential customer, or this person was a potential DT. You can't just store people in your phone and think that you're going to remember everyone, because you're not, okay? So the way I do mine is going to be completely different than the way that you do yours, but you need to come up with a system that works good for you. I made this picture, and Jenny, if you want to go ahead and post it on the board, I made this picture, and Jenny's going to read to you what it says. However, before she does, I want to tell you this. This is our reality, okay? Every single one of us is given the exact same amount of time, and what you choose to do with your time is on you. You can sit around and say that you're doing the work, and you're not going to do the work, okay? Your pay is going to reflect the work that you do, all right? So, Jenny, if you want to go ahead and post that picture, and then if you want to go ahead and read it.
Okay, it was just posted. Let's give everybody just a second to look at it, and I'm going to jump outside real quick.
I can't hear you.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay. But as she's getting that together, you guys, it's really important that, number one, you guys already made the decision to join the team, all right? You didn't just join a team. You started your own business, and it is your job to run your business. It's nobody else's job. So you need to take baby steps, but you have to do the work. There's no reason, and because I did it, and I don't know a lot of people just like, a lot of you guys don't. When you are first joining, or whether or not you're, trying to do a restart, I'm going to tell you this, and it's blunt and it's bold. You should be able to hit Ruby your first month. Your second month, you should be able to hit Emerald. Your third month, you should be able to hit Diamond with no questions asked. If you run your business with no excuses, you put blinders on, and you physically get out and do the work. I'm not talking about sitting behind Facebook and running ads. I'm talking about physically going out and wrapping people. Now, I know, I hand out thousands and thousands and thousands of Blitz cards. I don't get a whole lot of calls from my Blitz cards. However, I get a ton of calls for people interested face-to-face from my pin that I wear, my little $something pin. That's where I get the majority of my people interested. So there's going to be something that works for you. You can't put all of your eggs in one basket and think that, oh, well, I have my card tag, so everybody in the world's going to call me. No, it doesn't work like that. I have my card tag, I wear my pin, I blitz, everything and anything I do, I represent It Works. I'm branding myself. That's important. You have to learn how to brand yourself and your business. Like Susan, for instance, has branded herself with some greens. She does it every single day. Susan, tell us about that.
I was looking for a way. I have not had much success wrapping people. The people that I do wrap have great results, but I don't know if it's my area or the age of the people that I know. They're not going to just drop $25 on a whim. I think it's because we all have kids in private school, and so that's hard to part with. But I love the greens. The greens got me off caffeine. My pH is balanced. I feel better when I take them. So I have kind of taken the tack in my business that it's about the supplements and feeling better. And if you want to wrap, great, I have those too. And so I just decided a couple months ago that if the greens was what I love the most, if I had to give up everything else and only keep one product, it would be the greens. So I just started posting pictures almost every morning. I miss one here and there. A new picture, something about the greens. Sometimes I throw in, that they're 8 servings of fruits and veggies and 38 superfoods. Sometimes I put that it's, natural energy boost. Sometimes I just make a crazy face and take a picture. But I try and do a different one every day. I've only recycled one picture, and I've recycled it twice now, so I've used it 3 times, and it's the one I posted this morning. But I've been doing this for probably 4 to 6 months.
And it works.
It does.
Of all the people that I know, and it works. When I think about greens, I think about you. And it's because of the advertisements that you're doing. It doesn't take a long time for you to do. You're consistent with it. You can tell that you love the product. You're animated with it, and it's fun. So,
for most people think the wrap is the way in, but for me, I think greens is my gateway drug. Once I get them on the greens, I'll try anything else. Right.
Everybody's going to have a product that they absolutely fall in love with. Like the wrap is considered to be the sizzle product because it's, a microwave society. Everybody wants results right this second, right this instant. However, it's the vitamins and the supplements that is going to be the life of your business. The wrap gets you in the door, but then it becomes our job to listen to what it is that people really want to happen to their bodies and how they really want to feel and the different things that they're feeling so that we can, help guide them to get to where it is that they want to be. And you've done a great job with the greens.
Well, thank you.
You're more than welcome. Jenny, did you get that picture up?
Yeah, I did. I thank you for giving me a second to compose myself because, Susan, you were just funny. I won't let you miss a day for the greens post because I really enjoy seeing those.
I know. If I'm not posting it, you're tagging me like, where's my picture?
Where's my picture? Okay. So, Heather, I've been reading through this, and I might have just a question on this. So it says, think hard about how...
Wait, Jenny, are you on speakerphone?
Yes.
Can you take yourself off real quick because you sound like really far away?
Better?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Think hard about how you spend every day. The average life is 28,835 days, so that makes you 79 years old. An average of what you do with that time is this list, okay? Sleeping is 8,477 days, and that's approximately 23 years. Eating, drinking, 1,635 days, approximately 4.48 years. I really work that much. Working, 3,202 days, 8.77 years. I thought that would be a little bit higher, but, yeah. Okay, traveling days, 1,099, which is 3.01 years. Watching TV days, 2,676, approximately 7.33 years. Household activity days, 1,576 days, 4.32 years. Care for others, 564 days, which is a year and a half approximately. Bathing, grooming days, oh, that's funny, 671. They really had to add bathing and grooming days.
They did.
Like everybody just doesn't know how to, okay, sorry. 671 days, which is 1.84 years. Community Activities Day, 720 days, 1.97 years. So you have 8,215 days left. Please note, no time for worrying has been added in.
I'm getting ready to go through the tunnel if I lose you, so keep going.
That's the end of it. So it's just amazing how much time you spend. This is a crazy list, Heather. Thank you. Susan, do you have anything you want to add to that? How much time a day do you do with your greens?
3 to 4 minutes. Depends on how creative I feel that day. About a month ago, when someone challenged me to do a whole week worth of rhymes, that took a little more time because limericks are hard to write them properly.
Exactly.
But it was fun.
The reason I had her go over that list for you guys is because it is important. We spend a lot of time doing specific things. Now, and it doesn't leave a whole lot of time left. So if you're not doing what you love, then obviously you shouldn't do it, you know? Did you say something?
No, I just sniffled.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. What I want you guys to really seriously focus on is whatever rank is in front of you to make your promotion. I don't know what it is, and everybody's is going to be different because there's a lot of people on the call. However, if you're an executive and you're trying to push Ruby, that is the only thing that I want you to focus on for the next month. That's it. The only thing that you should be doing is you should be out rapping people. Get away from the computer. Stop trying to run your entire business through Facebook. Get out and meet people. Go to the stores. Go to parks. Do whatever it is that you need to do to meet people. If you're pushing for Emerald, the most important thing is you guys need to know exactly what you need to promote. I should be able to call every single one of you at any point in time in the day and say, what do you need for your promotion? And you should be able to be like, I need da-da-da-da-da-da. If you don't know what you need, you're not going to be able to get it, okay? Because this is your business, remember that it is your responsibility to grow your team, okay? Part of growing your team is leading them. So you want to make sure that you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Like when you started the business, did you really go into your e-suites and listen to the entire training? Because if you didn't, you need to sit down and do it. Do you really get on the calls that you say that you're going to get on? Because if you're not, then you need to. Because you can't expect your team members to do anything that you're not going to do. Do you need to learn how to chart? Then that's something you need to start working on. And you will learn more about charting the more that you grow. So if you focus that this month I'm going to roll Ruby, then you should be a professional at being able to chart to Ruby. You should know exactly what you need, exactly where they need to go. If you're going for Emerald, then you should become a professional at where and what it takes to be an Emerald. The same thing with Diamond. You know, Diamond is the spot where you're going to unleash the money. You are going to get bonuses like you have yet to see. You're going to understand when you hit Diamond exactly why Diamond is the place that everybody wants you to get to, and they want you to get there quickly. So if you're not there, you need to remap at how you're going to get there. And if you're sitting at an executive and your plan is to get to Diamond, you need to have a plan to get there. You can't say I'm going to be an executive and next month I'm going to be a Diamond. Okay? Because 90% of the time that's not going to happen. You have to crawl before you can walk. You must go executive, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Double Diamond, Triple, Presidential, Ambassador, Black Diamond. You have to hit each mark. And you don't want to just hit each level. It isn't just about the promotion. It's about solidly being at that level, knowing what it took for you to get to that level. Because now you're going to have new people that are coming on the team that are going to reach out to you, and they're going to want to know how to do that. And I don't think that it's fair. remember this. Like, just because somebody joins your team does not mean that you are their boss. You are nobody's boss, okay? They are your business partner, and they chose to run a business, okay? That's a business partner. Just because you help train them does not mean that you're their boss. Does not make you better than them. And I have heard lately that there are people that feel as if, you know, people are bossing them around to do different things because they're under them. And that is not fair. And if the person is doing that, you know, if you're the person that somebody's doing that to, put them in their place. You are your own boss. This is your business. And if you want to reach for the stars, then that's what you're going to do. You didn't join to fail. You didn't join to quit. You joined to be successful and properly to build a legacy for your family. So that's what you need to do, and it takes work. Not just saying that you're doing something, but actually physically doing the work.
Heather?
Okay, yeah.
I think touching on, you know, somebody bossing them around versus giving them constructive criticism.
Yeah.
There's a line there. If they're telling you, hey, you should go out and do this, they're offering you criticisms on what you can do to help grow your business. I mean, yeah.
Right. It's important that you fill. It's very important that you fill up your own schedules. Like I'm not going to fill up your schedule. Just like I'm not going to fill up Jennifer's schedule. I'm not going to fill up Susan's. I'm not going to fill up anybody's schedule. I'm going to fill up mine. Right? Because I can't sit here and tell you guys, hey, you know, you should be having parties. You should be doing this if I'm not doing it myself. And I've thought a lot about the 90-day burst that was so greatly advertised and everybody was so very excited. And I don't know if you noticed, but Jenny and myself did not join the 90-day burst. We did put it on the page. However, we did not partake in it, okay? Because that's not where we were at in our business, all right? If you start something, you need to finish it. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people in that 90-day burst, and we haven't been running the 90-day burst on the page for a very long time, and only one person has complained. And there's a reason for that, because everybody quit. When you are going to do something like a 90-day burst or a 30-day burst, I would suggest you start with 30 days. Because when you do something like that, it takes a lot. I mean, that's when you're going to sit down with your husband and your kids. You're going to say, look, for the next 30 days, I'm giving it everything that I have. Like, I don't have time to do this. I'm sorry I'm going to miss this or whatever, but I'm doing this for us. And it needs to be a time that is good for you. Not because somebody else said, hey, I'm doing, you know, a 30-day burst. Do you want to do it? You know, it takes a lot of time and preparation and planning to actually execute one successfully. And I will tell you, my very first 90-day burst that I did was when I first joined the business, and I was going after my diamond. I was going after my $10,000, and there wasn't a person in this world that could tell me that I wasn't going to get it. And if you did tell me that I wasn't going to get it, then I eliminated them from my life, right? Because I was focused, and I was on a roll, and I had a mission to complete, and I completed it, okay? Now, when I was going, well, I'm still going for my double diamond, all right? And I was told by an upline that if I didn't make my double diamond by the date that she wanted me to make my double diamond, then I was no longer a leader, okay? Number one, screw that, okay? I run my business the way I run my business. And if it's go time for me, then it's go time for me. I am not going to just promote just to make somebody else promote, okay? I'm going to promote and go after my good bonuses when the time is right for me, when I know that the money is right on the leg and I'm not having to place money out. I'm in business to make money and not to spend money. So be careful whenever you are working with other people and somebody tells you that you need to be a certain level. Okay? Trust me when I'm telling you this, though, you want to be a diamond. You want to be making diamond money. Until you hit that level, I can't tell you the bonuses that open up to you. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you, but I'm not going to tell you. The bonuses that open up to you it's pretty amazing, you know? And when you are running this business and you're doing it, you know, with values, and you're doing it the way that a one team, one mission should be ran, you will be successful. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get your promotion. Okay? So focus on what is in front of you. Hit your promotions when you're ready to and when you're comfortable doing that. Okay? That doesn't mean you just walk and you don't run your business, though. That means you still head on running your business, but know that just because you have everybody in place for a promotion, sometimes it doesn't mean that the promotion is actually going to happen. Because when you start promoting to higher levels, your legs have to maintain a different amount of money, okay? And that amount of money is different for a double diamond. Like diamond for outside legs, they need to have a $5,000 hold. No. Wait, for a double diamond, it's $11,000, okay? If you have every single person in place to go for your double diamond and your outside legs are not making $11,000 on their own, then you're not ready for the promotion, okay? So always know exactly what you need. Don't let somebody else tell you what you need. You study and you learn it for yourself. However, you need to. There's a lot of YouTube trainings, and if you just always think about, people think that it's hard to do charting and stuff like that, and in reality it's not. If you can chart to ruby, you can chart to anything, because everything is based off of rubies, right? So I want you guys to really seriously start digging into that and thinking about and knowing exactly what you need for your business. Oh, and there's something else. It is Halloween. I suggest that you guys, have your auto ships that have, even if you haven't ran yet, or if you want to order some extra stuff, order some greens on the go and start making your little treats for, the moms that are coming through with the Blitz cards, people like greens on the go to them, with them, and, hand out little baggies to the moms too.
I bet you all can't guess what my auto ship is every month.
Greens on the go?
Absolutely. I pass them out like candy to anybody who wants them.
Yeah. People love samples. I mean, a lot of things taste terrible. A lot of things really seriously taste terrible. And they spend a lot of money on buying things, and then they don't like the taste of it. However, with our products, the things actually taste good, and the fact that they can taste it beforehand, it kind of seals the deal for them.
It is very important when you give out greens or any of our products on Halloween, you do not give them to the children. You give them directly to the parent.
Yes. Have like a kid's bag and then have like your mommy bag, They're going to be coming to you that day. They're going to be coming to your house that day. So, be ready for them.
Does anybody have any questions for Heather this far? Go ahead and post them on the page, and we'll check it in just a second.
I also know, too, as you guys are posting your questions, I hear people say this, and I want to beg to differ, okay? If I have heard that people say that I have my auto ship set to 2 boxes of wraps, and so that, you're wrapping at least 8 people a month. and this is what I do. What you do is different than what I do. But if you're serious about your business and you're not running your business like a hobby, I strongly suggest you're wrapping at least 30 people a month. 8 people is going to grow you, but it's going to be slow. Okay, 8 people is one party. And the way that I just sat here and explained this to you guys, you guys already have 4 parties that you need to fill up personally, invite people, and so forth. So that's a lot of wraps, and that's wrap cash that you're going to be making. So instead of setting the standards low at 8, what everybody can achieve, set your standards higher. Does anybody have questions?
No questions so far. I'm good.
Okay. I just really want you guys to take time. When you guys sit down and you do your planning, if you do your planning correctly, and over-plan, don't under-plan, over-plan, and really get into it. Pretend like you are planning a party for your kids, or that you're planning an anniversary party for your parents, or something really special, because that's how each one of these parties should be executed. This is an event, have different things there, have all of the different products that the people can sample and stuff like that. And if you are having, a wine and facial party, have them RSVP what kind of wine, red or white wine, and feel free to charge $30 for that, because, when they get one glass of wine with it, or however you see fit. But this is your business, and you need to start enjoying yourself with it, and you need to start really planning and not just sitting behind Facebook doing stuff, because I'm telling you, your business will go stale. My business on Facebook, if it wasn't for my business, I wouldn't have Facebook, because there's a lot of drama on there I don't like. However, my business on Facebook, when I look at my Facebook page anymore, I already went back to my hometown, and I already, wrapped all of those people, and, I left them in a good spot. They're either distributors or loyal customers, or they know exactly what I do. So they stayed there for 9 months. But my Facebook now is basically I'm advertising to a bunch of It Works people, which is fine, because I know that, other people see it too. But I know that Facebook is not where my bread and butter is at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you have, I know that there are other people, they have excuses about, I can't do this because I don't have a car. I can't do
Heather, you still there? Susan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we probably lost her for a second. She'll jump right back on. Excuses. Okay, I know a little bit about that, because, everybody has them. I can't do this because I don't have a car. Go ahead, rent one, take the bus, take a walk, something. I don't have a computer. You know what Heather did? She didn't have a car. She took the bus. She asked for rides. She took a taxi. She walked. There's many other ways to do this. You don't have a computer, you go ahead and do it from your phone, or go to the public library. The public library has computers you can use. There's always a way if you have an excuse, and excuses will kill your business. And Susan, do you have any other ones you want to add offhand? Excuses you've heard from people?
What?
Any excuses that you've heard from your team, or sidelines?
I think the biggest one for people to work out, at least the people that I know, are scheduling it into their day. They're all busy working moms with kids that go all over the place just like me, and it's really, you really have to work at it and find a system that works for you so you can work it into your day every single day.
But there's always a way.
There's a way.
Yes.
You just have to find the way that works for you, and it may take 2 or 3 or 4 tries to find the way that works for you. Just keep trying.
I hear a lot of, I don't have any money. Well, okay, you've got 4 boxes of wraps in front of you haven't sold. Sell those, pay your auto ship or your e-suites, and just keep going. You know, there's always a way to work through those excuses or objections or whatever you want to call them. Heather, are you back yet? You have to hit *6.
Thank you. I am back.
Okay.
Sorry,
we talked a little bit about your excuses.
Yeah, I heard you. You did good. And I want to add this in because Jenny and I had talked about this the other day about pre-selling the wraps. Okay? When somebody says to you they don't have enough money and you say for them to pre-sell the wraps, I want you... Okay. Our business is very different, okay? We come on training calls. We have been through the e-suites. We know what the products are. We know how to talk to people. We learn and we learn and we learn and we learn every day. We're in contact with people. We can ask questions and stuff like that, okay? We have different calls on how you can meet people, all right? When you take a person and you say to go ahead and pre-sell, you are setting them up for failure. Okay? You're going to scare them off before they get started. Now, granted, there is a small amount of people that will be able to do it and do it successfully. However, the very first couple of times they hear the word no, they're running. Okay? Now, there's always a way that people can come on. Okay? And I was broke, and I found a way. And it wasn't through pre-selling, okay? If they have to wait until it's income tax time to do it, then that's perfectly fine. Put them on your schedule, and then you know that, February and March, you're going to be hopping with new distributors. But we really need to get to the point where we stop telling people to pre-sell because you just scare them away before they even get started. Because they don't have access to the things that you have access to. They haven't heard the stories. They're not like strong believers yet. I've had one person successfully pre-sell, and she didn't pre-sell for the $99. She pre-sold for the big boost back when we had the big boost. Because I told her if she was going to do it, she needed to do it. Okay, because if she didn't have the money and we only are setting them up for the $99, now they haven't turned a profit yet. And now they're going to be spinning their wheels and they're going to be struggling. And part of that is going to be your fault. Okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I know a lot of people try to do it, and you'll also notice that those people never get motivated or even off the couch doing anything because they don't know what we have our hands on. But for the planning part, you guys, I really hope that you guys find a system that works for you. It is trial and error. I'm going to try this today. If I like the way this runs, then this is what I'm going to do. But you have to focus on something, and you have to physically do the work, okay? You need to be out wrapping people. When I first joined, I didn't know nothing about nothing. All I knew is that I was going to wrap people and that I was going to make wrap cash, and I didn't really know what a loyal customer was, and I didn't really know what a distributor was. As a matter of fact, I couldn't get loyal customers because everybody wanted to be a distributor, and I thought I was doing something wrong. I thought I was going to get in trouble. Okay, number one, how are you going to get in trouble when this is your own business? Okay, that didn't sink into my head yet. all right? I wasn't doing anything wrong, but I was presenting in a way that this was a wonderful opportunity, right? And so that's what people were getting from me, and that's what worked for me. However, because I was so focused on I need to rap, I literally was rapping like a crazy amount of people, an insane amount of people, and going nonstop, going without sleep, going full force, no excuses, blinders on, 100% committed. I mean, I didn't have time to be on Facebook all the time, because I was too busy on the phone talking to people. I was too busy, inviting people. I was too busy partying. I mean, I was doing 3 and 4 parties a day. I'm not talking like 5 people at a party. I'm talking like at least 10 to 12 people at a party a day. That's how you set up, and that's how you line up whenever you're ready to do a 30-day burst or a 90-day burst, or whether when you have somebody that's joining and if they're going after that $10,000, and let's say maybe you're not a diamond, that's okay. If somebody signs up to become a distributor and they're going after their $10,000 and you're only a ruby, you need to get out of their way, and you need to give them every single tool that they need to be successful, to be able to win their $10,000, whether or not you got yours or not. That's how we run our businesses. Okay? You need to make sure that that person is focused. If somebody's going after their $10,000, rule of thumb, ruby by the end of the first month, emerald by the end of the second month, because then they can hit their diamond by the end of the third month. If they don't do that, they're not going to make it. So it's the same thing with you guys. I don't know what level you're at, but whatever level it is that you want to get to, you have to commit yourself 100% to get there. And you can't blame your uplines because your upline didn't do this or because your upline didn't do that. That's not their job. People can learn as much as what they can, but some people aren't as excited or as motivated as other people. Okay, it's your job to keep yourself motivated. Okay, we're not your mothers or anything like that. You're not our kids. Nobody gave you a handbook of how to raise your kids, but you did it. You did it the best way you knew how. Every day, day in and day out. Same thing. Day in and day out. You work your business. It's your business. It's your legacy. And if I'm talking to people that haven't made diamond yet, I promise you, when you make diamond, you're going to be like, that's what she was talking about. So does anybody have any questions? Hello?
No, not so far.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this call. Thank you guys for being on this call. Look at the picture that Jenny put up for us, please. Make sure you look at it, read it, and figure out what does that mean to you. We're all given the exact same amount of time in a day. What you choose to do with it is on you. It is time for you to make a decision to truly run your business and understand that we are at the end of October. We're in the middle of October, so November and December is coming up. And if your business is anything like mine, my business slows down at this point. However, that doesn't mean that I slow down. That means I have to work harder. Okay? So you guys, thank you so much for being on the call. Find something that works for you when it comes to planning. Do the work, and I promise you, you will start getting paid like this is your true career. And then you'll be able to retire your husband. All right, so thank you guys for being on, and I will talk to you guys next week.
Thanks,
Bye.
Heather.
All right, thank you.